Hello everyone, welcome to Steno with ARIHANT YouTube channel. I'm going to provide you KC dictation at the speed of 110 words per minute. The dictation is going to start in 5 seconds. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, in pursuance of the government's policy to secure the active cooperation and involvement of all democratic, secular, and progressive forces in the country, it was considered desirable to have a dialogue with Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah. Honorable members are aware that Sheikh Abdullah had played a notable part in the freedom struggle and in the accession of the state of Jammu and Kashmir to the Indian Union. He formed and headed the government of the state for a number of years after independence, despite the differences which led to the subsequent estrangement. It seemed clear from the public statements made by Sheikh Abdullah as well as personal talks with him that his commitment to basic national ideals and objectives had remained unchanged. He affirmed that the accession of the state to the Indian Union was final and irrevocable. His main area of concern was about the legal and constitutional changes made after August 1953. It was decided that Mirza Afzal Beg, whom Sheikh Abdullah named for the purpose, and Sri G. Parthasarathi, whom I entrusted with the task, should examine these changes in depth and make appropriate recommendations. After extensive discussions, they reached agreement on various points which are incorporated in the agreed conclusions, a copy of which is placed on the table of the House. These conclusions formed the subject matter of further discussions at a political level in which Sheikh Abdullah and the Chief Minister of the state and Sardar Swarn Singh participated. As a result of these, an understanding has been reached as disclosed in the letters exchanged between me and Sheikh Abdullah, copies of which are placed on the table of the House. I shall refer to certain basic features of the understanding. The agreed conclusions have been formulated within the framework of the Constitution of India. The constitutional relationship between the state of Jammu and Kashmir and the Union will continue as it has been, and the extension of further provisions of the Constitution to the state will continue to be governed by the procedure prescribed in Article 370. There will be no weakening of the ties which exist between the Union of India and its constituent units, of which the state of Jammu and Kashmir is one. The existing jurisdiction of the center to deal with activities directed towards questioning or disrupting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of India or bringing about secession of any part of the territory of India from the Union will also continue. It has also been agreed that any amendment of the constitution of the state on certain specified matters of importance will not become effective unless the assent of the president is obtained. The agreed conclusions seek to reassure the state that in case the state government comes up with any proposal to change any central law made after 2003 on matters in the concurrent list, such as social welfare measures, cultural matters, social security, procedural laws, and the like. The grant of assent to the bill will be sympathetically considered. A proposal was made by Mirza Afzal Beg that the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court in relation to the state should be curtailed. This was not accepted as it is considered important that the Supreme Court should continue to have its original and appellate jurisdiction in the matter of writs, appeals, and other matters. However, it was agreed by collateral letters that the provision in Article 132 2 enabling the Supreme Court to grant special leave on the refusal of a certificate by the High Court need not apply to the state. Action on this will, however, be taken only when the Supreme Court, the state government, comes up with a proposal in this behalf. Honorable members will continue that the question of nomenclature of the governor and the chief minister could not be settled. This is a matter which is provided for in the state constitution, which at present uses the expression governor and chief minister. A change in the nomenclature can be made only by amendment of the state constitution by the state legislature. So far as the chief minister is concerned, there should be no objection to the adoption of the designation prime minister in the state if the legislature of the state of Jammu and Kashmir amends its constitution accordingly. Until this is done, the present designation would continue. Sheikh Abdullah was very anxious that to start with the constitutional relationship between the state and the center should be as it was in 2003 when he was in power. It was explained to him that the clock could not be put back in this manner. Mirza Afzal Beg pressed for the transfer of provisions relating to fundamental rights to the state constitution, the removal of the supervision and control of the Election Commission of India over elections to the state legislature, and the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court over all subjects in the state list.
थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर लिसनिंग टू दिस वीडियो। अगर आपको डिक्टेशन अच्छी लगी तो इसको चैनल को लाइक करें। अपने कोई भी डाउट्स हो तो आप कमेंट कर सकते हैं। चैनल को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें और भी स्टेनोग्राफी से जुड़े अपडेट्स के लिए और एग्ज़ाम प्रिपरेशन के लिए इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जय हिंद।